Hey guys, welcome to Motoroids. My name is Amit and this is the Maruti Suzuki Victoris in its naturally aspirated or smart hybrid form. I have already done a very detailed review of the strong hybrid version, and in this review I'll talk about the changes that this car gets over the strong hybrid version and which of the two variants is the one to go for. Now, when you look at the two cars from the outside, there are some differences, of course, and the very clear way to tell the two cars apart is that this car's front skid plate and the rear skid plate is silver, while the strong hybrid comes with a grey skid plate. So if you find a darker grayer skid plate, you can tell that that car is a strong hybrid, and with a silver skid plate, it would be a smart hybrid. On the inside, this interior that you see with this beige color is available only on this car. The strong hybrid comes with an all black interior, so that's another change. A big change that this car gets as an advantage over the strong hybrid is this part on the steering wheel. You will not get ADAS on the strong hybrid. It's available only on the smart hybrid. Then this is obviously a 6-speed 80 automatic transmission torque converter. There you have an ECVT, so therefore you also get paddle shifters. On the strong hybrid you don't have paddle shifters, so that again is an advantage because you can choose the ratio that you want to be in. You can put it in manual, and once you move down the gears in the manual mode, it holds on to the gear and it's not shifting up. So once you move to manual, the car is not going to move to the higher gear. So that's one advantage that you have. So basically you have more control over which gear you want to be in, and such is not the case with the strong hybrid. Another good thing about this specific version is that you don't have a handbrake. You have an electronic parking brake with hill hold assist, and this is another feature that you will not get on the strong hybrid. These two dummy buttons that you see here, these are the EV mode and the drive modes that you have on that car. On this car, you will not get drive mode. So that is one disadvantage that this car has. The big advantage that this car has is that the price of this car ends at 15.8 lakh rupees with the ADAS and everything else, while the strong hybrid starts at 16.4 lakh rupees. And mind you, that car does not have the paddle shifters, the electronic parking brake, and ADAS features. So in that sense, you get, give or take, a few more features for a lesser price. And in that sense, this car really is a better option among the two. A small but maybe pertinent feature that you might be interested in is that the courtesy lamps or the puddle lamps that you have on the door are not available on this car. They are available on the strong hybrid. Now, rest of the features, everything else, the design, the features, the comfort, everything else remains the same. And I have done a very detailed review of all the features that you'll find in this car in the top of the line ZXi Plus options variant. And you can see my other video for all of those features. The most value for money variant on this car, according to me, is the ZXi variant. And the ZXi Plus variant offers you a couple of features which you probably can skip. So if you don't want ventilated seats and HUD, you can go with the ZXi Plus. But if ventilated seats are important to you, then you have to stay with this car. The screen size also on the ZXi Plus variant is smaller. This one is 10 inches and the ZXi Plus gets a smaller 7-inch screen. The Dolby Atmos and Infinity sound system also is not available. But I think these are features that you can skip, and the ZXi Plus variant is the most value for money variant. Now, about this engine, this is a 1.5 liter mild hybrid engine which produces about 103 PS and 139 Newton meters of torque. Very tractable, reasonably refined. It's not the fastest of the engines that you'll come across. It's good in terms of fuel efficiency. If you drive it gingerly, you'll even get 16, 17, up to 18 kmpl also on the highway. Within the city, 12, 13 kmpl is very easy. You can also get 14, 15 if you don't drive with a very heavy foot, if you are careful about your stoppages and let the car roll. So the fuel efficiency of this car is one of its high points. Even in the non-hybrid variants, the Victoris, just like the Grand Vitara, is a good car to drive. It offers you decent fuel efficiency. Very linear engine. It doesn't have sudden spurts of power. It's not a very quick engine, but it is very tractable. So within the city, it feels very nice. On the highway also, it's fairly competent. and at speeds of up to 120, 130, even 140, you'll feel that the car is reasonably stable. Now, this is not a very powerful car. It's not a very sporty car. The suspension is tuned for comfort. And if you're an enthusiast, then this probably is not the car for you. There are other cars which come with both diesel and turbo petrol engines, which are quicker. That is not the highlight of this car. The pricing of this car is its highlight. It's reasonably well-tuned 6-speed automatic transmission, which comes with a nice manual mode also is its highlight. The good fuel efficiency is its highlight. At the dead center, as you can see right now, even when I'm moving the steering too much, there is hardly any movement at the wheel. So the steering response of this car also is rather vague. It's not heavy enough. At speeds upwards of 120, 130, you do feel that it's not as stable as some of its German counterparts. I think even the Koreans feel a little bit more planted. It feels a little bit roly-poly. Around bends, it is not as feelsome as its rivals, but it is stable enough if you're someone who doesn't go mad on the highways, if you're driving at speeds of 100, 120, 130, like I said. And if you're not someone who's going to be corner carving, going around bends at a very fast speed, it's a very practical, very comfortable car. Feels very nice on well laid out surface. Of course, there is no problem on small broken surfaces where you don't have big potholes. Also, there is no problem. Only over some really bad potholes would you feel a thud coming in and the suspension trying to work its way. So overall, it's a comfortable car, but it's not an out-and-out performer. It's not the best of the handlers, but it's a well-rounded machine which is priced really well. Now, in terms of fuel efficiency, like I said, on the highway, if you drive it with a light foot, you'd be able to get up to 18-19 kmpl also. Within the city, 12-30 is easily achievable, going up to 14-15 kmpl also if you're not driving with a heavy right foot. The engine by itself, not the creamiest or the most refined of the engines, but the good thing here is that you have a lot of torque flowing in right from 1000 RPM. So even at very slow speeds, you can allow the engine to move into higher gears. It pulls effortlessly, very nice city car, and that also aids its fuel efficiency. The transmission system, like I said, here is a 6-speed automatic. It's not the quickest of all the systems. You also have DCTs, 7-speed DCTs in this segment with turbochargers, but those cars are really expensive, a lot more expensive than this car. And the effective difference between a turbocharged car with a DCT versus the top of the line car here can go into 6 or even 7 lakh rupees, which is a lot of money. So in that sense, this is a very practical car. So if you're not someone who's a petrol head, someone who's going to be driving very hard, I think it's a very nice, practical, fuel efficient, comfortable car for your family. And if your running is not very high, where outright fuel efficiency is not the deciding factor for you, then of the two variants, that is the strong hybrid versus this specific version is to go for. It'll save you a lot of money, will give you a few extra features, and comes with ADAS, which is in demand these days. You also get a 5-speed manual on this specific version, and the price of that car starts from 10.5 lakh rupees. The top end variant that I'm driving right now, the ZXi plus options with the sunroof and ADAS and everything else, is 15.82 lakh rupees ex-showroom, which is a fantastic price for a car which has so many features, is loaded to the gills with technology. So I really think that unless you want the most cutting edge tech, the most performance, the best handling car, if you're someone who's mostly driving within the city, wants fuel efficiency as one of the key parameters that you want to adhere to, you want a car which does not require you to rob a bank, it is indeed a very good option. And not just against its competitors, against a car which comes from the same brand, that is the Grand Vitara. Also, this car will save you some money. So the price difference between this and the Grand Vitara is from 60,000 rupees up to 80,000 rupees, depending on the variant that you choose. So in my estimation, if you want a reasonable, well-priced car, which is good for the city and the highway also, good family car, but not for the enthusiast, the new Victoris makes a lot of sense. It's a very sensible, well-rounded car, but it is not meant for the enthusiast. A few other things that you do well knowing about it: the wind noise starts coming in at about 90 kilometers per hour, and after that it starts increasing. And the ambient noise also could probably have been cut a little bit better. Before we end this review, let's also quickly do a 0 to 100 run of this car and see how much quicker or slower it is as compared to the strong hybrid. and we are through. Which one of the two cars, the strong hybrid or the mild hybrid, would you prefer and why? Do let us know in the comment section. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to Motoroids, and until next time, this is your friend Amit Changani signing off. Rev hard, rev free, and drive safe.